One day, my 11-year-old daughter, Willow, came to me and said, "Mommy, did you know that there were girls my age in the United States that are being trafficked for sex?" And I didn't.
Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior to.
Tony Rock was my man. This is probably irreparable.
Jada Pinkett Smith is back in the spotlight, and this time the drama is even messier. CNN just put her on blast, labeling her as one of Diddy's so-called little minions, and the fallout has her more worried than ever. For years, the streets have been buzzing with whispers about a strange connection linking Diddy, Will, and Jada. Most people brushed it off as Hollywood gossip, but now with Diddy under fire and insider Gene Deal dropping explosive revelations, those rumors are looking a lot less like speculation, and a lot more like the start of some serious answers we've all been waiting on.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were gonna beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
What prosecutors were arguing is not only does your client pose a flight risk, because obviously he's incredibly wealthy, has access to planes and a lot of staff, even though you said he turned over his passport to you months ago, they were also worried about him being able to interfere with witnesses and calling them.
Now about Oscar night, my deepest hope is that these two intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile. The state of the world today, we need them both.
You really heard that? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tell me the story about how Puffy wanted to fight Will Smith over Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, man.
We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and it was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, like, and then he went like this, you know, like that. I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, "Yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm a snuffer." I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the out you. Now, Puff could scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? But he could scrap. You know what I'm saying? So then he said this. So I didn't go back over there where Will Smith's sister and her husband was. I stayed like in the, like about, if he snuffed Will, I could move slow enough that Will could probably get 2 or 3 punches back in. Yeah, but that was funny. He thought that Jada and Will was coming on too strong to Jennifer, making advances.
The thing about Pac, stuff was always jumping off. It was always popping. So Pac was cool with, I'm coming to your spot, you can meet me at my spot over here, but it wasn't any like, we're going, come to the club with me, go to the, that was a no-no. I was really concerned about I went up there to see Pac. He was still in jail when he told me, and he said that he was gonna sign with Suge, because Pac had been waiting. Because of the nature of his charges, he was like, these men need to come get me, specifically these men who are making money off of me. We were like, we'll get you out of here, we'll raise the money, and we're here, we'll get you out.
Yeah, it's back.
And he was like, no. So with Suge, he felt like, look, this is, I owe him 3 albums, and I'm done.
It's no shock their marriage has felt like one long roller coaster. But here's the twist that had everyone's jaw on the floor. Jada herself admitted in her book that she and Will actually split way back in 2016. Let that sink in. While the world thought they were Hollywood's power couple, they were already living separate lives. If anything, they deserve an award for the performance because they managed to keep that secret under wraps for years. Every red carpet smile, every interview, every united front, all of it carefully crafted while the truth stayed hidden behind closed doors.
It is not your responsibility to make your wife happy, right? Just like it's not my wife's responsibility to make me happy. It's my responsibility to make me happy, and it's her responsibility to make her happy, and then we're gonna come together and build on that happiness.
Will Smith is continuing to get candid about his marriage to Jada Pinkett Smith. The 53-year-old actor is featured in a new cover story for GQ and discusses the revelations in his upcoming memoir titled Will. The Philadelphia native reveals that Jada was not the only one engaging in other relationships outside of their marriage. He explains, quote, "We have given each other trust and freedom, with the belief that everybody has to find their own way. And marriage for us can't be a prison. And I don't suggest our road for anybody. I don't suggest this road for anybody, but the experiences and the freedoms that we've given one another and the unconditional support, to me, is the highest definition of love."
Anything that I need to make myself happy, I will present that to my wife that I need that to be happy. Divorce is not an option. We're gonna be together. So we're gonna figure out how to be happy.
The Independence Day star also touches on his fantasies involving other women and candidly discusses working with an intimacy coach. Will's greatest desire in the world? To have a harem of girlfriends. Specifically, Will names Misty Copeland and Halle Berry and says his intimacy coach even worked on the list with him. Will tells the mag, quote, "I don't know where I saw it or some as a teenager, but the idea of traveling with 20 women that I loved and took care of and all of that, it seemed like a really great idea. And then after we played it out a little bit, I was like, that would be horrific. That would be horrific. I was like, can you imagine how miserable?" The Oscar nominee says that the intimacy coach was cleaning out my mind, letting it know it was okay to be me and be who I was.
At the end of the day, it's just not quitting. You know?
In the GQ article, it's noted that Will does not go into much detail about his 23-year marriage to Jada in his memoir.
Will and I shared some very private truths about our relationship.
The hit star says that a lot of details regarding their relationship have already been made public, including Jada's entanglement with singer August Alsina, which she opened up about on her Facebook Watch show Red Table Talk in July 2020.
I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. One thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes. A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. I was in a lot of pain. And I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that, you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Will explains to the mag in part, quote, Jada never believed in conventional marriage. And for the large part of our relationship, monogamy was what we chose, not thinking of monogamy as the only relational perfection.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. He gave me his blessing. I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. And I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her.
As for